Hi, everybody.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
So we have some news.
Yeah, we're not pregnant.
Yeah.
Well, at this point in time. But we have been keeping some secrets from everybody. About a year ago, this time last year maybe, my mom suggested, kind of half joking to us, that we try to get our fundraising in order, get our money together, and get the IVF treatments going in time to get pregnant and tell my dad that he's going to be a grandpa on his 60th birthday, which is July 5th of this year, 2016. At that point in time, it was not a feasible option whatsoever. We were not in a place mentally or financially yet to even consider that. But towards the end of last year, thanks to a lot of support, some major blessings from people we cannot thank enough, and a lot of just thought on our process, we decided that maybe that was something we could try to pull off. And we wanted to keep it a secret. We decided what was best for us is to kind of give ourselves the ability to go through this process together with a little bit of privacy. We've shared this whole process very publicly from the start, and we still want to do that publicly. We just want to be able to share it with all of you on kind of our own time. So our hope is that we can go through this process, we can have our privacy, we can experience it no matter what happens, while also documenting it along the way. No matter what happens, no matter what the outcome is, we will do our best to document it and put it together for you guys who have been our biggest support from the start. We can't thank you enough. You've been there from the beginning. We want you to be a part of the whole process. We hope you understand why we're doing it this way. And we're really hoping at the end of this little video montage that we will have some good news to give you. But it just makes us feel a lot better knowing that, you know, if it's not good news, then it's something that we can experience in private and we can deal with that. And then when we're ready, we can share it with you guys instead of kind of being probed with questions and feeling like we have to share something really personal immediately. Hopefully that makes sense. So, but the biggest reason is that we really would love to surprise our parents, Connie and Aaron's siblings, and my mom and dad. That's just really huge for us and for me. I have a cold. I'm sorry. I sound very stuffed up. I've always dreamt of surprising, my husband and my parents with the fact that I'm pregnant. I can't surprise Aaron, obviously, because of the way that we're doing this. But we can surprise my parents and Aaron's mom and siblings, and we can surprise you guys. So this is how we're going to do it. So right now, we're going to walk you through kind of how we got started and everything we've been through so far. And then from this point forward, we're going to film and document as much as we can. Take pictures, film videos, whatever, and put it all together for you guys in the end. So
we have all the dates and everything written down.
Yeah, right here. We're trying to keep track with sloppy notes and scribbles.
Doctor writing.
Yeah. So yeah, we will start in December. December 28th was our first appointment at the clinic. December 28th. Dr. Lebovic at Generations Fertility Clinic. It was our first big meeting. We sat down with him 7:30 in the morning. We were tired. We were anxious to get the info.
Sorry.
Is your hand cramping?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So we sat down with him. We had a lot of questions. He answered a lot of questions for us. He gave us the info about the PGD clinic called Genesis Genetics in Plymouth, Michigan. We got the info on what we needed to do for that because it's a separate entity from the IVF clinic. So that was kind of our first step. That was something we needed to get set in stone before we really started to seriously look into the IVF dates and schedule. So that was December 28th. On January 13th, we had a phone appointment with Genesis Genetics, our case manager with them. they walked us through everything. We verbally consented to the process. They did tell us that there was not a guarantee that our probe was going to be successfully built. It made it a little bit difficult for them because Aaron's dad has passed away. Yeah. Aaron. Aaron doesn't have any living family members who have this mutation. So they had to follow a different protocol for that. And they told us...
That's where you're going with that.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
Okay.
They told us that we, don't expect 100% for it to be successful. So that was kind of our first hurdle. The next week we got cheek swabs in the mail for our DNA, and so did Connie, Aaron's mom, who, sorry Connie, we kind of had to lie to you on that one.
Oops.
We kind of told her that, this was like months and months out and it was a process. It was going to take a really long time. So she was really great and got that cheek swab and got it sent back right away. So thank you, Connie, for that. You made the process swift and, we got those sent back right away. January 28th, I went in for a hysteroscopy and an ultrasound. They wanted to check like my follicles, my ovaries, all of that goodness down there and make sure that it was healthy and ready for baby bearing. And I had to go by myself to that because Aaron couldn't have really been there anyways. I had to go into, a patient room and traveling. It was a procedure and stuff, and Aaron was also traveling. Yeah. Right.
Yep.
So I did that on my own, and that's, we do have a picture. We'll try to put it in this video. Otherwise I'll share it, with the video, but, I have one picture of me, like a selfie with a cap on my hair, and like, that's when it really hit me, and it got really real, and I got really emotional, and I was sitting on this table, like, ready to do this, and looking at like an ultrasound machine, and I just got really emotional, and, it all kind of hit me at that point. So that was when I realized we were really going to do this, and I got really excited and nervous, and all these emotions hit me, and it was just really crazy, and it's kind of a big day in that sense. So that happened, and we found out that I have really healthy ovaries, and yeah, so we're in really good shape in that sense. Aaron, I'm gonna switch the phone over here. Aaron's gonna hold it. Our arms are tired. Oh my god, I sound terrible. That was the 28th. The 29th, I look frumpy. Don't hold the camera like that. Sorry. January 29th, we had our psychologist appointment, which is a mandatory appointment that every couple undergoing IVF at the clinic has to do. The woman was very informative. It was like a 2-hour appointment. She answered a lot of questions, told us everything that we're at risk for, the stuff she has to tell us. It was good. It was we passed. We were both not crazy. We're ready to be parents. There was no red flags, so that was good. February 1st, then we got a call saying that our probe build at Genesis Genetics was ready to begin, and the projected completion date was going to be February 24th. That was the day that they, tentatively expected the probe to be completed. Again, there was no guarantee. So at this point, we were in like a waiting game and just crossing our fingers for the best outcome.
But on February 15th, I received an email. I was also traveling this week, and just so happens when I received the email, Kate called me, and
yeah, that's good timing.
I read it to her.
Yeah.
So on February 15th, we heard that the probe was successfully created, and we could proceed with this process.
Yeah, that was a really good day because it was almost 10 days early from the projected date. They told us it had been inspected and approved for use, and it was okay to go ahead and start IVF treatments. Like, that day we could have started it. It was really exciting and unexpected. I was on the phone with Aaron, and he was like, oh, I got an email. Hold on, let me read this. And that was what we heard. It was great. So right after that, on the 18th, then the timing just happened to be perfect. I was able to start the birth control pills, which is the first step of the IVF process. Don't ask me why. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me why you have to take birth control when you're trying to get pregnant, but it has to do with regulating your system and getting prepared for the medications and everything. So started that on the 18th. The 22nd, we received this lovely guy in the mail, full of info and terrifying instructions for medications and the injections and everything. And we had to go through an online course where we watched videos of how to do all of the medications, and it was scary, and Aaron's eyes were really wide watching these videos of the injection process and everything.
And I started to fall asleep.
Yeah, real nice, right? He doesn't have to do any of that, by the way. All of that goes into me and my stomach and my butt. So we got all that, and we do have our whole schedule and plan laid out for us, kind of, at least to a certain point. And we do know that our first injection is going to be Saturday of Easter weekend, March 26th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's going to be at a select few people, like I said, know about this. One of them being my cousin Jordan and her husband Cody. Jordan was a labor and delivery nurse. She's a nurse in my hometown now. She's one of my best friends. She has been a big support throughout this whole process, as well as my best friend Vanessa. They're kind of my sounding board as we go through this, and she's helped us out a lot. So she is hosting my grandmother's 80th birthday party on Saturday the 26th. And she's also going to be helping me sneak into a bathroom and do my first injection, which is, as a lot of you know, I'm terrified of needles, and this whole process has been really causing me a lot of anxiety. So that should be really interesting. Stay tuned. The next video in this little series is probably going to be me having a panic attack in Jordan's bathroom. So my family watching this now is probably going to look back on this party at Easter and think, like, yeah, that's probably why Kate and Aaron disappeared for an hour, and Kate came back looking like she just had a stroke. So, yeah.
I'll be good.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Just sit back and watch filming the whole thing, so it'll be great. So yeah, that'll be the 26th of March. We do have our pre-IVF consult and final signing of the consent forms on the 14th of March, and on the 21st, I will stop the birth control pills to prep for the start of those medications on the 26th. So the next time you guys see us, we'll probably be in that bathroom. I'm not going to look this good. I'm going to look real scared. I'm going to be stabbing myself in the stomach. It won't be too gory. No. I'll be doing it myself. I don't trust this guy. But yeah, stick with us. We appreciate the support. We're really excited to go through this with you guys. We're hoping for the best outcome in the end. And by the end of this video, we really hope that we'll have some good news for you. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
See ya.